Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 17 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1079. Letter, tile, possibilities. Okay, so let's read the problem statement first. You have n tiles where each tile has one letter tiles of I printed on it. Okay, we have to return the number of possible non-empty sequences of letters you can make using the letters printed on those tiles. Okay, so now see this example number one. So these are the tiles string given to us, right? AAB. Okay, so what are the different possible sequences here? So one is A, one is B, one is 2 times A, one is AB, one is BA, one is AAB, one is ABA, and one is VAA. Okay, so all these are distinct, right? And all these are non-empty, right? So how many in total we can form? So in total we can form total 8, so that is why my output is 8. Okay, so now how we are going to solve this problem? Okay, so here we have different options. Like first, I can start from A, I can start from B. Okay, so I have these options, right? So definitely I have to do the backtracking. Okay, I have to check all the options that I have available. Okay, so let's first see this example. Okay, let's say I have ABC. Okay, so now from this ABC, how many number of subsets I can form? Okay, just tell me how many subsets I can form. Okay, so initially there is one empty string. Okay, so here let's create a tree diagram for this one. Okay, so let's suppose my I is at this particular index. Okay, and let's suppose I want to use this A first. Okay, this index A. Okay, so my original string is ABC. Okay, ABC is my original string, and now I am using A. Okay, so this is one valid right, one valid string, right? A. So this is one valid sequence, right? Non-empty sequence of letters you can make using the printed letters printed on those tiles. Okay, so this is valid. Okay, so here there is one count. Okay, definitely if I'm using A. Okay, now I don't want to select this A in the starting. Okay, maybe I want to select this B in the starting, right? So let's say my I is at this position, I didn't use this A. Okay, so let's suppose I use B. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, and then I have this string. Okay, B. So this is also invalid, right? So here there will be one count. Okay, so total count, let's suppose here 2. Okay, right now. All right, so if I'm using this B, okay, next time my I will be here. Okay, here if I'm using this A, so next time my I will be here, right? If I'm using this A. Okay, here I'm using B, so now next time my I will be here. Okay, so now here next time let's suppose I use C. Okay, so here A, B, and C, so my string is going to be BC, and this is also one valid, right? So here let's say count becomes 3. Okay, I checked one this, second this, third this. Okay, let's say. All right, so now next time I is going to be out of bound, right? Okay, so here if you see here, I can form A. Okay, in if I follow this route I can form A. If I follow this route I can form B and C. But what about BA? Can I form BA here? Can I form this BA in anywhere in this tree? Okay, is it possible? Because my I is always moving forward. Okay, if I'm using this B, next time my I is here. Okay, so no, we can't form this BA, right? So from here one thing is clear, that every time whenever I'm going to use any particular character, okay, let's say I'm using this B, so in the next time I will again start my I from the starting position from 0 index only. Okay, here if I'm using A here, again I'm going to start I from again A, not B. Okay, so this is the reason, this is the first observation, that we have to run a loop. Okay, and that loop is always going to start from the index 0. Okay, always, it's always going to start from the index 0. Okay, all right, so now here, okay, one more thing, here I'm using A. Okay, next time here can I use this A again? No, I can't use this again, A again, because I have just one A and I have already used that A. Okay, however my I is at this position. Okay, but I can't use this a right now. Okay, so my definitely my in the for loop my I is going to move forward. Okay, so I will use one let's say use one boolean type variable. Okay, or I will keep the count. Okay, let's say, so I can use anything. Okay, to make sure that if I have already used this particular index, or if I already used all the characters, all the character b which are there here. Okay, so I will just check that. Okay, so this is what we need to do, right? Okay, now here okay, so this is done, right? So here we are getting we are following this a path or b path. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, so now if you see this example number 1 here, we have AAB. Okay, A and B. Okay, so here you can say that first time I will use this A. Okay, so if you use this A, then next time your I will be again starting from here only, let's say. Okay, again starting from here, but you have already used this A. Okay, so here you are getting A. Okay, and here next time you say that I'm not going to use this A, I'm going to use this B. Okay, then you will have one AB, and here your AAB. Okay, this is original. Okay, again you are going to take from I. Okay, but here you see you are using this A, and then you are using this B. Okay, but let's suppose here there is one more path in which you have decided to use this A first. Okay, so here if you have used this A and original string is AAB. Okay, and here after that you have decided to use this B. Okay, so here you are getting AB, and here this is nothing but your original string. Okay, so here you are getting duplicates. Okay, here if you use this A and B, then you are getting AB. Here if you use this A and then use this B, then you are getting AB. Okay, so these are duplicates, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one set. Okay, and in the set I'm going to store the strings. Okay, whatever the different strings that I'm going to get. Okay, I'm going to store them there, and I will just get the total size of my that set. Okay, and that is going to be my output. Okay, but initially I'm going to start from empty string. Okay, so if I'm going to calculate the subset, so there will be one empty, right? So I will just subtract -1 from it. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Okay, so this is what I'm going to check, right? So let's write the code for this one, and I'm going to explain this. Okay, so this is nothing but my approach one. Okay, and after this I'm going to solve this problem using approach 2, using the frequency array. Okay, I'm going to create one frequency array to store the count. Okay, but here let's understand this code first with one simple approach. Okay, this is very simple approach. Okay, simple code. All right. So here create one global variable, let's say int here n. Okay, and now here inside this let's calculate the length of the tiles. Okay, what is the length of this string? So here tiles dot length. Done. And then after that create one boolean okay, one boolean array. Boolean used is equal to new boolean. Okay, so here I will just check whether I used the character at that particular index previously or not. All right. Okay, and let's create one hash set result. Okay, so in this I'm just going to simply store the strings. Okay, and this is always going to contain the distinct strings, right? So that is the purpose I'm using this. Okay, set result is equal to new hash set. Okay, done. And then after that create one string builder, and let's name it as current. Okay, and here new string builder. All right, done. And then after that just call one method here. Okay, so this is nothing but my backtracking method. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm going just going to pass the tiles. Okay, this string, and I will pass this used boolean array, and I'm going to pass the result hash set that I have created, and I'm just going to pass the this current string builder. Okay, right, done. And in the end I am expecting that I have stored all the distinct strings in the result. Okay, so here result dot size. Okay, clear. And here I'm going to subtract 1. Okay, we have to subtract 1 to exclude the empty sequence. Okay, so now here let's write the code for this solve. Okay, so private void and solve. So here just we are passing tiles. Okay, so copy this string tiles, done. And then we are passing this used, okay, boolean used array. So copy this and paste it here. And then after that we are passing a result. So copy this and paste it here. Okay, and then after that we are passing current string builder. So copy this and paste it here, done. Okay, so once this is done, now initially in the result, okay, in the result you have to just add one empty string. Okay, so this cur is empty right now. Okay, this current, so current dot to string, just convert it to string. Okay, and I am adding this in my set. Okay, later on I am subtracting -1 here so that I don't count this one. Okay, all right, this is done. Now I told you that every time we are going to run the loop from the starting, okay, from the 0 index every time. Okay, so here now see carefully what I'm going to do here. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and here I plus plus. Okay, now inside this what you need to do here, just check if you have already used that particular index or not. Okay, so here if used of I, right, so if you have already used this, then you have to simply continue. Okay, done. All right, so now we have to choose the tile at index I. Okay, so here in my string builder I'm just going to append. Okay, so current dot append. Okay, and here tiles dot char at index I. Okay, I'm just going to append it. All right, so now if I'm using this particular character, then I have to add this. Okay, I have to mark this as true. Okay, I have already used this. All right, so this is one possibility, right? Then we have to explore further with this choice. Okay, if I'm using this character, then we have to check further, right? So if I'm using this a, right, here I'm using this a, then I have to check further with this choice. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to call this solve method again. Okay, and in this solve, okay, again I'm just going to pass, you can simply copy this now, just copy this. Okay, so I'm going to call this again. Okay, solve, I'm passing tiles used, uh, then result and the current. Okay, done. Then we have to backtrack, we have to remove the tile and mark it unused. Let's say I'm not going to use it. Okay, let's say I'm not going to use it. Okay, now we have to do backtrack. Okay, if I'm not going to use it, so here I'm just going to set used of I is equal to false. Okay, if I'm not using it, and then we have to delete this. Okay, in from the current. Okay, current dot delete char at, okay, cur dot length, cur current dot length. Okay, and here you have to just subtract 1 from it. That's it. Okay, done. All right, so this is what you need to do here. Okay, all right, done. So now let's run it and see if there are any code issues. So all the test cases has been accepted, right? Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So here what is happening, let's see that. So initially I told you that we have to pass the empty. Okay, so here I have choices, right? If I want to use this a, okay, if I'm using this a, then again I have to again call this. Okay, I have to again call this, and you know that every time I have to call this, then again I have to start from the starting itself. Okay, so that's the reason that I am starting it from starting every time. Okay, so this is the clear, right, why I'm starting from initial index only, because in that way only we will get ba as one value here, otherwise we will not get. Okay, if I just move I forward, okay, like normal backtracking questions, right? So this is what we need to do, right? So here I will check if I have already used this current index. No, so just use that. Okay, I'm adding that, I'm marking it true. Okay, if I'm marking it true, then in the solve method, okay, again I'm just going to backtrack. Okay, going to do that, and here when I'm going to call this again, so here in the result I'm just going to add what is the current. Okay, current is nothing but A. Okay, so I have added A for the example of ABA, right. So here I have added A. Okay, so now again I'm going to use this. Okay, start from here. So I have already used this A. Okay, so I have already used this A. Next, continue. Okay, I'm continuing it. Okay, then next is again A we have. Okay, so I have to append that. So AA. Okay, so I'm going to mark it, use that index as well. Okay, so I will get AA one. Okay, here, and again I'm going to call this, right, and here I've added this. Then next is AAB, so I'm going to add that AAB here. Okay, AAB I have added. Then after that we have used everything. Okay, so we have already used all the things, right. So now what we have to do, we have to do backtrack here. Okay, so we have to do backtrack here. Okay, so here see AAB we have, right, A and B. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, string, and initially we have empty, right, we are passing empty. So if I'm going to use the A, okay, then I will have one account of this A. Okay, from this AAB. Okay, AAB, right. So again I'm going to start from here. Okay, I have already used this. Okay, the next time my I will be here. Okay, I'm going to use this, so I will get nothing but AA, and we have AAB. Done. Okay, until here it's done. Then next time again I'm going to start from initial only. I have used this, I have already used this, this is left, so I'm going to use this. So I will get AAB. Okay, AAB, and again here I'm going to write AAB. Okay, I'm going to solve this now. Okay, so again I'm going to start from here. Okay, so again I'm starting from here, so I have used everything. Okay, so I have used everything. Okay, so now we have to backtrack. Okay, because from the further I will not get anything. Okay, so when I move further I will not get any valid output, right. We have already used all the things. Okay, then I have to do backtrack here. So I will backtrack here. So now we have A. So after that B, I have already checked here now B. Okay, so there is no possibility. Okay, so now here A, then again from here I will do backtrack. Okay, so now from here, from this A, I decided to not to use this next A, but instead of this I am trying to use this B. Okay, so here AAB is the my string. Okay, AAB, and here instead of AA I am going to use get AB. Okay, AB. Okay, AB. All right, so now here AB. Okay, next time here I have possibility, right. I have used one A. Okay, I have used this A, and I have used this B. Now this A is left now, so let's say I want to use that, so I will get AAB here, not AAB, sorry. I will get AB, and now I am appending A. Okay, so here again AAB. All right, now from here, from further I will not get anything. Okay, so I have to definitely I have to do backtrack. Okay, I have used all this, right. So I have to do backtrack here. Now after this AB also I'm not going to get anything. Okay, I have already used ABA. All right, so I will reach back here. Okay, so now instead of A, let's say I want to use B. Okay, so here my original is AAB, and I have decided to use B first. All right, so if I'm using B here, then again I'm going to start from here in the starting. Okay, so here BA, I'm getting BA, so let's add that BA. Okay, and original is AAB. Okay, original is AAB, right, and I'm getting BA now. Okay, now here instead of here I have used one A. Okay, I have used one A. Now next time let's suppose I want to use some other A. Okay, so here I will get BAA. Okay, and if I'm getting BA, so here this is nothing but my original string, so this is one output. Okay, after that I will not get anything, I have used everything. Okay, done. So now from here if you see this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, this is my output, these are the different 8s, right. This is my output. Okay, so this is what we are doing, right. So appending this, we are going to mark it use, then we are going to solve it. Okay, and once we have completely solved this part, okay, once this is done, then after that I am going to move it further now. Okay, I am going to move further, right? I'm going to mark it as false, and I'm going to delete that character, okay, from the my string. Okay, so here like it was AAB, then I'm going to treat this, I will reach to AA. Okay, right, I will reach to A, then again I will check for B. Okay, so here I have already followed this path, then again I have to backtrack, I will reach this A, I will reach here A, then from here I have to check the different paths again starting, right? So this is what we are doing here. That's a simple purpose of this code, right? Okay, so now this is nothing but my approach one. Okay, and we have spent almost I think 20 minutes here in approach one. Okay, so now let's move to approach number 2. Okay, so here we are using sets, right, so that we don't duplicate count. Okay, but in this example I have shown you directly, but somewhere in our cases we may get duplicate, may get one AB, okay, this, and one we get is AB. Okay, this is possibility. Okay, so here what I did, here I started with this A first, and then I have directly started with this B. Okay, there is one more path if I want to choose this A, but I don't want to choose that path because we are using hash set. Okay, so I don't want that. There is one duplicate path. Okay, if I start with this A again. Okay, so we are not using that. So now in the next approach I'm not going to use this hash set, but I'm going to solve this problem using the frequency array. Okay, so what is the example number 1 of this problem is nothing but AAB, right? So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one frequency array. Okay, so in the frequency array, okay, so we have English letters only, right? So I will create one frequency array. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here this is nothing but 25. Okay, and you know that 0 simply means 0 index means we have A here, this means we have B here, this means we have C here, and this means we have here, right, Z. All right, now here A is 2 times, right? So here I'm just going to write the frequency of A. Then we have B just 1 time, I'm going to write it, and all other are 0 only. Okay, in the starting everything is 0 only, right? Done. Okay, so everything is 0. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do first, right? And then I'm just going to write the backtrack method, and in that backtrack method I will just pass this frequency array. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do, what one thing is clear, that always I'm going to run the loop from the starting index I is 0. Okay, so now here initially count is 0. Okay, initially count is 0. I'm going to run one loop, I will check this index first, then this index, then this index. Okay, so right now here this frequency is, okay, this frequency is greater than 0. So I'm we have to just make the count now. So here let's say I'm going to use this. Okay, I'm going to use 1A. Okay, so if I'm going to use 1A, so here I'm just going to make the count as 1. Okay, I'm going to increment the count to 1. Okay, and then I'm going to decrement the frequency of A. I'm going to decrement the frequency of A to 1 and B to 1. Okay, A was 2 initially, now A is 1. Okay, if I'm using this. All right, and now here I will update my count as, count plus, and here I'm just going to call backtrack. Okay, with my updated frequency. Okay, and in my updated frequency we have A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, right? This is our updated frequency. Okay, so here when we decide to use this A, okay, so this A was available at which particular position? Okay, so this A was available at 0. Okay, I is equal to 0, this was I is equal to 0. Okay, at I is equal to 0 we did that. Okay, here this 0. Okay, here from this frequency array, not from here, from this frequency array 0. That is why we are able to use this A. Okay, now once this is done, then again from here I have decided to use this A again, because every time I'm starting from initially only. So here we have used single A. Okay, single A. All right, so here count was 1 na, right? So now here I have decided to use the next A, so my count is going to become 2, right? Count is going to become 2. So now here again I will decrease the frequency of this one. So now my A is going to become 0 and B is going to become 1. Okay, this is nothing but my frequency array. Okay, this frequency array. All right, and now I will update my count as previous count is 1. Here from here it is 1. Here I have added one more A, so 2. Okay, count is 2, right? So in the 2, plus I'm going to call the backtrack again with this frequency array. Okay, so here we have one this A and here we have AA. Okay, so here just remember this, we have one A right now here and we have one AA. Okay, this is done. Now from here again we have to start from the 0. Okay, 0 index. So A is already not there now, so I'm going to skip it, right? So now B is there, so I have decided to use this B. Okay, so if I decided to use this B, so I will get the third string, okay, which is nothing but AAB. Okay, I will get third string which is nothing but AAB. Okay, 3 plus, now again I will call this backtracking, and here this time A is 0, B is 0, and all other characters are also 0 now until Z, everything is 0. Okay, again I'm going to call this. Okay, so again if I'm going to call this, so from here this is going to return me 0. Okay, because there is nothing here. Okay, so this is going to return me 0. Okay, so right now we have successfully calculated this AA and AAB. Okay, this is done. Now what I'm going to do, okay, once this is done, then after that, okay, clear, this is clear, right? So here one more thing that I didn't write here, I is 0. Okay, and here when I use this A, then my I was again 0 only. Okay, and when I decide to use B, then my I was 1. Okay, my I was 1. All right. Okay, so this is done, right? Okay, now after that we have to again do the backtrack now. Okay, so here we have to do the backtrack, right? So here when we decide, okay, so here let's say I'm going to do backtrack. Okay, so here B was 1, right? So I have restored it. So right now we have A and AA here. Okay, we have to these two. Okay, so we get A. Okay, let's see like this now. A, then we get AA, then we get AAB. Okay, so here we have utilized everything. Okay, now I'm going to do backtrack. So I have restored one B. Okay, I have restored one B. Okay, so if I have restored one B, so from there is nothing now. From there is nothing. If I just restore this B, okay, after B I'm checking, there is nothing now. So from AA we are just going to get AAB. Okay, from here we don't get anything else. Okay, there is no way. So again I'm going to do backtrack. So if I do the backtrack, okay, here, so I have restored one A and one B. Okay, this is what I have restored. So if I add this level, okay, at this level, so I have restored A and B. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do, okay, I have restored that. All right, so here instead of this A is 1 and B is 1. Okay, so I will check the further remaining options. Okay, remaining options, so I have restored that. So here instead of A and next time using A, I will use AB. Okay, that's what. So here I've already drawn this, right? A, and next time we are using AB. Okay, so this is what we have to do here. So I have restored this B, and then we have to move get this. Okay, I'm just going to use this. A is not available, B is there, so I will use that. Okay, so let's write the code, and then you guys will get much better understanding for this code as well. Okay, so here you have to just create the frequency array. So let me just remove this. So here just create one frequency array. Int frequency is equal to new int and 26. All right, and then after that here just iterate over all the characters one by one. Char c in dives to char array. All right, and here inside this you have to just update frequency of c, okay, that particular character, and we have to subtract a from it. Okay, so this is easy until now, right? So here we are just calculating the frequency of all the characters, right? And here after that you have to from here just return. I'm going to write this backtrack method. Okay, backtracking or track, you can write anything, and here I will just pass the frequency. Okay, frequency array. Now here just write this. Okay, private int backtrack, int backtrack, and here inside this we have to just write this into frequency. Okay, and everything else not required here. Done. Interfrequency. Now initially the count is going to be 0. Okay, every time. So int count is equal to 0. Then we have to run one loop, and here I will just check if the frequency of that particular character, okay, that particular I value, okay, frequency of I is greater than 0. Okay, so if frequency of I is greater than 0, only then we have to do few things. Okay, otherwise we are not going to do that. Okay, so if frequency of I is greater than 0, in that case only, okay, we have to increment the count. Okay, so we have to use that particular character. Okay, that simply means that that is one way. Okay, so if that is one way, so I have to reduce that particular value. Okay, so like if a is there, so a is 2 times, so I have to make a 1 time. Okay, so first we are counting the current sequence when we are going to use one occurrence of this character, right? So I have to just subtract it. Then I have to check the remaining from here onwards. Okay, so count is equal to count plus, and here I will just again call this a backtrack with the updated frequency. Okay, so I have called this backtrack with updated frequency, and then once we find out all the ways, then I have to restore this. Okay, I have to backtrack. Okay, so frequency of I, so here I have to just do the increment. All right, frequency of I plus plus, right? So backtrack, we have to restore the used tile. Okay, so once this is done, okay, this is where this ends, this is where this ends, this ends, and here this is int type, so we have to just return the count. That's it. That's it. Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's run it and see if the encode issue. We'll try to fix that. Okay, so frequency C minus a plus plus, it should be increment now, right? And yeah, let's run it. One second here, one more thing. It's not lowercase, I think it's let's see here, one more thing we need to see. Okay, yeah, so consists of uppercase na, so here use capital A. Okay, use capital A. And what's the other issue here? For int I is equal to 0, I is less than, it should be 26 now. 26. Okay, until 25 we have to do, right? And here cannot find symbol backtrack. Okay, this spelling mistake, so here R is missing. Use that, and let's run it again. Okay, let's see. So all the test cases has been accepted. Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.